What's going on, my Fly Happy family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So DeWanna Bonner ended up having a good game last night, and yeah, the Mercury admin for the Twitter space ended up taking a shot at the Indiana Fever after it, man. We are about to get into it, but before we do that, y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up for your boy if you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 31.4, so if you can help me out with that, I highly appreciate it. And don't forget to get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. Let's get it. All right, so looking at the stats from last night for DeWanna Bonner, she had 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, shot 7 of 8 from the floor, which equaled up to 87%, and then 3 or 4 from the 3, which equaled out to 75% from the 3. All right, heck of a game, crazy game, right? So the Mercury ended up getting on Twitter, and they tweeted out, turns out DB is still really good at basketball. Now, it's crazy because I still saw that DeWanna Bonner could play. All right, I was one of the ones who was saying DeWanna Bonner could add a lot to this team. I think the small things she was doing was really helpful. She wasn't necessarily worried about the offensive end. I thought she was more so focused on the small things in basketball that actually helped the Indiana Fever pull out some of these wins, or these 2 wins specifically. She was more so getting the steals, hustling. She was a leader for the team, right? We remember how Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark were talking about her. Kelsey Mitchell yelling, "Oh, I have the best veteran in the world," something like that she was saying. And Caitlin Clark talking about how loud her voice is in the locker room. We remember these things, right? Speaking highly of her, she was doing the intangibles for the team and doing the small things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet for the team, in my opinion. And, I saw the game where she shot 50 and 50, where she had 3 steals and a block. She was really going in, and I was like, yeah, I can see the potential with DeWanna Bonner. And I was seeing the potential with this team, honestly. Of course, you're going to go through some struggling times. All through this moment right here, they're figuring out their identity, figuring out who needs to get the ball when. Of course, Caitlin Clark in and out. It was just a lot going on, all right? A lot going on all into this area right here. And I just feel like she didn't necessarily give it enough time, right? She didn't give it enough time, man. And, I remember LeBron James speaking. He was saying, give him like 13, 14 games and he's ready to go. And I think it was due to the age, the reason he was saying that. And I think the same thing could be going on with DeWanna Bonner, honestly. The more, games she could play, I think the more she was going to actually start getting in a rhythm. So I know it was some people that was like me that was thinking that something was going on with her family while she was sitting out, but all in all, she just didn't want to play with the Indiana Fever, and it was disappointing, all right, because you have to chalk it up to what it is and keep it in the grand. She quit, all right, she quit. But yeah, so I was willing to ride it out, see what happened, because I thought she could add something to the team. And to find out she come into this game and drop these numbers, it just let me know that I was right about her, that I know she could still play. A few of us knew that she could still play. It's just the fact she was catching the smoke. I think some people were saying, they didn't want her from the jump. And it's just how people look at the game, right? Some people just look at points. Some people just look at defensive numbers. There's different ways to look at the game. Basketball is like art. You have different layers of it. People see different things, which is what makes it beautiful. All right. So that's just how that goes, man. So some people were calling her a bum because she couldn't necessarily put up the points. But, I look at the overall of basketball, everything about it. What actually are you doing for the team, the intangibles? Are you hustling the floor? Are you getting on your teammates to get them in line to play better? What is going on the floor? What is going on with the chemistry? I look at it all, man. So, yeah, I felt like she could be a huge piece to the team, and come to find out, she's starting to turn into something. Now, this is just one game, right? This is just one game. Could be one of those one-off games, but the fact that she could possibly have a game like that is what I was anticipating with the Indiana Fever. And I know some people were going at her while she was still playing for the Indiana Fever and calling her a bum and all that, but it really amped up after she quit. So, yeah, that's why I think this is a shot at the Indiana Fever, because of the vitriol she was getting, right? But I always felt like DeWanna Bonner could play. It's just really disappointing if she knew she could play and wasn't really giving her all on the floor. I can't say that's what the case was, but yeah, if people are chalking it up to that, I don't have a defense either. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully it was just the fact that she just couldn't get a rhythm in. She couldn't get it together. Didn't give it enough time. Hopefully that's the fact, not the fact that she was throwing games and she just wasn't trying to play. If that was the case, man, hey, woo, yeah, that makes you look horrible, all right? Talk about ruining your legacy. All right, I'm just saying, man. All right, so let's just see what some people are saying about this. So glad we got Lady KD back with some real floor risers. Okay. The Indiana Fever really made her to look washed. Couldn't believe my eyes. Nobody made her to look washed. That's just how she was performing, fam. So she defrauded the Indiana Fever a criminal offense and then threw games as well. Sounds like jail time is coming. Dang. And like I stated, I don't necessarily know if that's the fact, but you can't be mad at people who feel like that's what happened. I can't defend it. I can't defend it, especially if you're out here performing now. I can't defend it, dog. Oh my goodness. Trying to flex when your team winning is what was needed doesn't really work. Thanks. I don't know about that. I don't understand that. She didn't want to sit in the corner waiting for a pass. I don't blame her. The crazy thing is she sits in the corner sometimes. So I don't know where that came from. Until she gives up on the team 10 games into a season. Yeah, she just had to quit playing to force going to where her girl was. WNBA is an unserious league. And that's the thing, man. The fact that she was able to just sit out and then pout her way out of Indiana and then pick the team that she wants to go to on top of that. Man, that's crazy work. And then the team didn't even receive any punishment, right? The Mercury only let go of players they didn't really want. And honestly, I mean, that's kind of distasteful too. You just letting players go who've been working their butt off to get on the team. And then not only that, she could have just went to the Mercury, which I thought that's what she was doing in the first place. But turns out she didn't do it, go to Indiana, and then quit and go there anyway. And cost people their jobs? Come on, man. That made everybody look bad. That made her look bad. That made the Mercury look bad. Mercury admin is just making Bonner look like she played bad on purpose for the Fever. Shake my head. We knew she could ball. That's why we were excited she was going to play for the Fever. Fever fans got duped. It's tough, man. Missed foul shots at the end cost me -2.5 spread, though. Yeah, if y'all didn't see the game, she did kind of choke the free throw. And, yeah, I do feel like that foul on Alyssa Thomas at the end was kind of bogus. They probably should have went into overtime. If you want to say Timmy pushed over Alyssa Thomas a little too hard, all right, whatever. But I feel like they should have went overtime, no lie. And your team and league is corrupt. Ooh, she played bad on purpose to get wavered and got on a team of her choosing. What league allowed this kind of behavior? Number 1 draft pick should have been awarded to the Fever, or she does not play the season. If it was the other way around, you'd be saying the same thing. I agree, man. Some type of consequences should have came from that. The Mercury didn't feel that at all. They didn't feel it at all, while the Fever felt it all. They felt every bit of it. Still trying to find their identity now that, they done practiced the entire offseason with DeWanna Bonner, and now they have to do it without her. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Mercury taking shots at the Indiana Fever fan base. Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.